Hi guys, this is Ms.Hong. Today is March 24th, Tuesday. How are you today? And yesterday, a lot of students didn't hand in work. So I just want to know the reason why. Is that because you didn't understand it? But still, guys, you need to submit the work because someone's watching our Google Classroom. So if you don't submit any work, then I cannot give you any credit. So anyway, you hit the submit or turn in, all right? And then if you have time, you complete it and then you can upload it again. But for the attendance and like many different reasons, you need to submit it anyway, all right? So today I'm gonna go over the work first. So yesterday's work, right? This is the homework. And number 2, let's look at this. They gave you the formula, right? D equals ADT. But before you start it, I want you to look at this. D is the distance in kilometer. And T is hour, right? And then the car speed of 80 kilometer per hour. So you just have 80 here, so you don't have to worry about this 80, but just make it sure this D represents the distance the car traveled, and T is the hour, all right? So let's try A. If the car has gone 120 kilometers, then at first, your unit, look at the unit, that's the kilometer. That's your kind of hint. Which one use kilometer for the unit? Distance, right? So I would substitute 120 into D. Like this. Then you can get how long has it been traveling. So you're getting the time, right? So to get T value, we need to divide it by 80. Like that. Then you cancel this, and 120 over 80, then that is 3 over 2. You can divide it by 40, right? So you get 3 over 2, and it says T hours. So 3.5, that is 1.5 1.5 hours, right? 1.5 hours, or you can also say it 1 hour 30 minutes. But let's just keep hours because this is just T is in hour, okay? And rewrite the equation to represent the time T as a function of distance D. So that means that's just asking you find the inverse of that. Find the inverse of that. So for the word problem, I told you we do not switch the variable. Just keep it, but this one, you isolated D. But now, to get the inverse, I isolated T. Alright? Then, think about it. D equals 80 T. I want to isolate T, then you need to get rid of 80. Because I want to isolate T, so you need to get rid of 80. Right? So let's divide it by 80. Divide it by 80. Right? Then you get T equals D over 80. So that's the answer for number 2. Okay? And number 3, match each function to its inverse. So for this one, so I'm gonna try the easy one first. Look, B. Look at B. And they didn't switch the variable, guys. They didn't switch it. They just keep, they didn't switch that. So they just solve it for X. They didn't switch X and Y, alright? So just, for example, if you're doing B, then you just divide it by 3. So that you just get X equals Y over 3. Like this. So that's your answer, number 5, right? I'm gonna erase this one. So that's number 5. And for C, then that one, for C, we need to do a plus 2 and divide it by 3. Just think about the opposite operation. So y plus 2 over 3. it's 1. Right? And oh, I didn't do this one. So for this, I want to solve it for x. Then what do? You need to add 3, so y plus 3 and over 2. Y plus 3 over 2, so it's right here, 2. And for d, you just add 2. X equals y plus 2. Okay, and for e, x equals, y minus 2, right? So it's number 6. 6. And then for that one, then to get this, we have some work. So let me do this one. So multiply by 3, multiply by 3, then you get 3y equals x minus 2. And I want to solve it for x. So you add 2, then you get 3y plus 2. That is equal to x. It's right here. Okay, so we got this one. And number 5, I know a lot of you having trouble with this because of this 14, but you know what, first of all, you need to understand it. You need to understand the question. So this guy is making sound by rubbing their wings together, right? And then the number of sounds they make is closely related to the temperature. So it depends on the temperature, they make like different number of sounds. And when the temperature between 55 and 100 degrees, we can tell the temperature by counting the number of chirps, right? The formula that is commonly used to find the temperature. So in 14 seconds, do you see this? 14 seconds. And then you just add 40 to get the temperature. So whenever they make sounds, like for example, 10 times, right? In 14 seconds, they did 10 times, then temperature will be 50. So that means like that. So this 14 seconds, actually, it's nothing. We're not using this number at all, actually. We are not using this. That just make you confused, all right? So the number of the sound, that is what, just add 40. Then you get what? You get the temperature. That's it. Alright, so n is the number of chirps that crickets make in 14 seconds. Look, 14 seconds, this is not a variable. That means you're not changing this value. That's just a fixed value, 14 seconds. Right? We don't do anything with the time. Our function is about your number of the sound and then temperature. We just have this 2. So this 14 seconds, we are not doing anything with that. Alright? And then what is the temperature when a cricket chirps 52 times in 14 seconds? So see it, 14 seconds, 14 seconds, 14 seconds. We don't do anything with that. So the temperature, I don't know what's the temperature, but that is what? The number of the sound, 52 times in 14 seconds. And then what do? You just add 40. Then what does that mean? The temperature's 92 degrees Fahrenheit. Because you just add it, then you get 92. Right? And then write an equation that defines f as a function of n. So then that is what? We just have this one here. So f equals what? Number of the sound plus 40. Right? And how many chirps would be will we expect to hear in 14 seconds? See, 14 seconds, you don't do anything with that. When it is 60 degrees, then what do? So the temperature is 60 degrees. Then how many times do we hear the chirping sound? Then that is, you get this one, right? So to get n, you just subtract 40, right? You just do this. Then you get n equals 20. If the 60 degree, then they will make the sound 20 times. Alright? And the last one, write an equation that defines n as a function of f. So we just have it here, this one. So I'm gonna find the inverse of that. So it will be, we just cancel 40 from each side, so you get n equals f minus 40, like this, guys. So this was your homework, because a lot of you like struggling on this one, so I'm gonna assign another final review for the inverse. And I'm thinking assigning quiz on Wednesday or Thursday. Okay, so today we just have like one more work. 1 second, we did this one, right? Okay, so this is the classwork. Let me cut the video, I'll be back.